That simple. All right, it is 1-800-507-1047. I just posted that story on the dress code in Tennessee. Some are calling it racist. I want to make you aware of an important point this morning. Clothing is not a race. I know. No, I get it. I understand why there'd be some confusion about that. What you wear is not your ethnicity nor your race. Period. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 did not ban discrimination on the basis of clothes. See, you can't change your race. You can't change your ethnicity. You can't or shouldn't be able to change your gender or disability status. But you can change your clothing. So if I open Joe's Bar and I say the dress code is a Hawaiian shirt and shorts and flip-flops, it's my right. I might not get any business. I might be closed in 2 days, but I can open that up if I want to. Or if I decide to put a sign on the outside that says no shirt, no shoes, no service. No shirt, no shoes, no service. I can do that. There is no legal right to go and eat at my restaurant without shoes on, without a shirt on. Period. I have that right. So Bar Louie in Tennessee, and I posted this at my Facebook, facebook.com/Joe Talk Show or at Joe Talk Show on the Twitter. The headline reads from Billy Hallowell, local Tennessee bar accused of implementing a horrible and discriminating no thug dress code. By the way, discrimination is legal. Absolutely. I can go to a local restaurant where they serve liver and onions, and I hate liver, and I would discriminate against eating that liver. And as I said, I can discriminate against people who choose not to wear shirts and shoes and disallow them in my establishment. We can discriminate legally, just not on the basis that's outlined in the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Story goes, dress codes have a way of riling patrons. While many restaurants and bars have rules that include do's and don'ts when it comes to attire, the Bar Louie in Memphis, Tennessee, is capturing some negative press over requirements that some believe are much too stringent. The dress code, according to WMC-TV, I guess the local TV station there, forces patrons to wear all of their hats facing forward. It also allows no large chains, no sleeveless shirts for men, no large white T-shirts, no sunglasses, no sweatpants, and no excessively baggy clothing. Some, like Garrett McQueen, an individual who lives in Memphis, find the policy offensive. He took to Yelp, a website that allows patrons to review various establishments, to air his concerns. Quote, this is from his Yelp posting. Quote, let me start by saying I do actually like the restaurant, the food, the patio, everything. This is the type of place Overton Square needs. However, he writes, when I walked in today and saw the late night dress code, I was mortified. In light of what's still being discussed concerning hoodies and Trayvon Martin, you're banning large white T-shirts and gold chains is some of the most horrible and discriminating practices I've seen in Midtown in my life, he writes. I may come back someday, but I'm deeply saddened by the management's decision to post a sign that clearly insinuates a no-thug regulation. A couple of things are important to point out here. Number one, Garrett, this has nothing to do with Trayvon Martin. The fact that you even made that reference makes me want to disqualify anything you say. But I'm going to calm down, and I'm going to listen to everything else you wrote. Let's say this really were a no-thug regulation. Garrett, what would be wrong with that? Is thug suddenly a positive term? I always thought thug was bad. When I think thug, I think drugs, and I think guns, and I think crime, and I think you're up to no good. Is my white privilege clouding my thought process here? Seriously. I live with white privilege. I've been told that by black people my whole life. I've got the white privilege. I by the way, consider myself an original Latino because in the Roman Empire they spoke Latin. And we dominated the world for a long time. My people, my peeps. And being Italian, I'm an original Latino. I always like how people are considered Latino if their roots go back to Spain. Well, we used to dominate Spain. Okay, we used to own your ass. So don't even start. You're welcome for the language. I digress. What? Don't give me that look. What? Garrett, calm down. Take a deep breath. See, here's the way it works. I believe in free enterprise. And if you want to have a dress code that says no this, no that, no the other, and if that dress code is so restrictive that you no longer get any business, then you'll change the dress code or you'll go out of business. It really is about the free market system. I offer a service or a product. You either like the service and product and how I deliver it, or you don't. And if you don't, I either change the way I do it, or I move on and try something else. Story continues. McQueen, the guy who wrote that Yelp posting, told WMC-TV that he was not looking to give the restaurant bad press by posting the review. Instead, he hoped to start a discussion. Following the Yelp posting, the sign at the restaurant that provided the dress code has reportedly been taken down. If restaurant or clubs or bars want specific dress codes, do that in a way that doesn't exclude people or put out negative ideas about what I would consider black cultural clothing, McQueen told the outlet. On the original Yelp post, Tony DeSalvo, one of the bar's owners, posted a response to the patrons' concerns, quote, "My name is Tony DeSalvo. I am one of the owners of Bar Louie Memphis." DeSalvo wrote, "I would be more than happy to discuss our dress code policy with you." The owner provided a phone number and an email address. It's unclear if the two connected. What do you think about the dress code? It's really very simple. This man saw race in clothing. I don't. Just like I don't think rap music is black music. Because without white kids in suburban America buying rap albums and rap music and downloading the songs, a lot of these rap artists would not have a career. I don't see music as exclusive. I'm a huge Motown fan. Most, if not all, of the artists were black. I'm cool with that. My favorite saxophone player, I'm a saxophone player. I have been for years. My favorite saxophone player is Charlie Parker. He was a black guy who died of overuse of heroin at age 34. But still the best saxophone player I'd ever heard. I don't look at music as one gender, one race, one ethnicity. I don't look at clothing one gender, one race, one ethnicity. I mean, seriously, if Bar Louie would have posted the dress code that said no slicked back hair, no white tank tops, no jogging outfits, are they trying to exclude my people? No Italians allowed? Why do you have that anti-WAP policy, Bar Louie? You know what I mean? It just gets stupid, doesn't it? It just gets stupid. Your thoughts on a dress code posted at a business. Most businesses have dress codes. Now we've got to be careful with what the dress code contains because it could, in fact, be racist. Or do we have to worry that it might seem racist? I'm so tired of worrying about what it might seem like or what I think you mean. Well, shut up. I think you're an idiot. 1-800-507-1047. Joe Pags in the War Room for Quinn and Rose.
Big national stories.
Anthony Weiner.
Carlos Danger and his wife, Huma Abedin.